Hi everyone. Today we are gonna show you best GTA clone games for low-end PC. To more top 5 and top 10 games, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Total Overdose. 1989, deep in the heart of the Mexican jungle, undercover agent Ernesto Cruz blasts his way through an armed militia to board a DEA plane bound for home. He never made it, the victim of an alleged overdose. Present day, after uncovering new evidence, Ernesto's son Ramiro is set free from jail to join his twin brother Tommy on the trail of their father's killer as they go on a super cool tequila-fueled rampage through Mexico's gun-toting, drug-pushing underworld. Features a rich storyline taking the player through 18 different environments, from the seedy red light district of Los Toros to the depths of the Mexican desert. Simpsons Hit and Run. The Simpsons Hit and Run is a mission-based driving game featuring out-of-the-car platform action, the interactive world of Springfield, and the signature humor of The Simpsons. To create the most authentic Simpsons game yet, dialogue and story were crafted by writers from The Simpsons television show, and all character voices are supplied by the actual cast. In the roles of Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Apu, players explore 7 large levels by car or on foot and compete in more than 56 missions. In addition to the GTA-style driving action, Simpsons fans will also find tons of hidden pickups containing trivia material from the show's 300-plus episodes. Scarface, the world is yours. In a complex world filled with excess and greed, players can take the role of Tony Montana, one of the most ruthless gangsters ever depicted on film. Highly acclaimed feature screenwriter David McKenna has written an original event-driven storyline that leads the player through a sordid and violent underworld. Scarface will create a gameplay environment that authentically recreates the historical time period of the film, touching on politics, news items and events of the day. True Crime Series. The gameplay in the True Crime games is broadly similar. Both are open-world action-adventure games played from a third-person perspective. In Streets of LA, players control Detective Nicholas Kang of the fictional Elite Operations Division, a hand-picked autonomous unit of the regular LAPD. In New York City, players control Detective Marcus Reed of the PDNY. Streets of LA was one of the first non-Grand Theft Auto open-world action-adventure games released after Grand Theft Auto 3 in 2001. And, as such, was labeled by many as a Grand Theft Auto clone, as the core game mechanics are identical to Grand Theft Auto 3, and its 2002 successor, Grand Theft Auto: Vice City. In both Streets of LA and New York City, the player can travel across the city freely, commandeer vehicles, do whatever they want in terms of attacking and/or killing innocent civilians, and progress through the storyline at their own leisure, spending as much time traversing the city as they wish. The Saboteur. The Saboteur is a brand new take on familiar World War II gaming. The first open-world, action game set in Nazi-occupied Europe, it contains a mix of single-player stealth, third-person shooter and racing gameplay in which the player assumes the role of a hero obsessed with a personal vendetta against the Nazi regime. Utilizing a wealth of items, abilities, weapons and vehicles, the player turns his private stealth war into something much broader with the game's will-to-fight system, which graphically reflects the will of the occupied peoples in the game, which can prove the deciding factor for all. Mercenaries Series. The player is deposited in a vast sandbox environment, free to pick up missions, perform side tasks, collect items, or employ game mechanics in exhibition. As the world is a sandbox, the player can choose to do any of these activities at any time. In fact, one can level all of the buildings in the game world, including the faction HQs. Buildings are usually restored after an extended time away from the area, the player's death, or reloading the game. Also, the player can cause wanton destruction in many small outposts and strongholds occupied by and restricted to faction members only. However, excessive rampaging is discouraged by the reduction of the attacked faction's disposition towards the player, and the murders of civilians. The Godfather Series. The Godfather is an open-world action-adventure game played from a third-person perspective, in which the player controls Dominic, Don of the Corleone family in New York City, and Michael Corleone's underboss. The basic gameplay and game mechanics fall into the subgenre of Grand Theft Auto clones, as the player can travel throughout the game world freely, commandeer vehicles, do whatever they want in terms of attacking and/or killing innocent civilians, and progress through the storyline at their own leisure, spending as much time traversing the city as they wish. Saints Row Series. The Saints Row series is part of a genre known as sandbox games. The series combines elements of action, adventure and vehicular gameplay. The player can freely roam the virtual world on foot or by use of vehicles and make use of an array of weapon and melee-based combat. Illegal activities such as engaging computer-controlled civilians and police officers will instigate a proactive and potentially lethal response from authoritative figures. In the instance of death or arrest, the player will respawn at a nearby hospital or police station. Just Cause Series. The core gameplay consists of elements of a third-person shooter and a driving game, with a large, open-world environment to move around in. On foot, the player's character is capable of walking, swimming, and jumping, as well as utilizing weapons and basic hand-to-hand combat. Players can take control of a variety of vehicles, including cars, boats, fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and motorcycles. Players can also perform stunts with their cars in which they can stand on the roof and jump to another car, or choose to open their parachute while still in motion on the roof. Other key features of the game include skydiving, base jumping, and parasailing, by latching onto a moving car or boat while one's parachute is deployed. Mafia Series. Each game in the Mafia series allows the player to take on the role of a criminal in a large city, typically an individual who plans to rise through the ranks of organized crime. The player character is given various missions by friends and Mafia figures in the city underworld which must be completed to progress through the storyline. The use of vehicles in an explorable urban environment provides a basic simulation of a working city, complete with pedestrians who generally obey traffic signals. Further details are used to flesh out an open-ended atmosphere that has been used in several other games. Traffic rules and regulations are stringently and realistically enforced in the games.
Let's go, Vito!
Thanks for watching us. To more top 5 games, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, alright, let's go! Let's go! God damn it, now this whole fucking place is going around.